Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Don Williams Tarot. Thank you so much for watching my video. I welcome you in. If you are new to my channel, I want to send you a warm welcome. Thank you for viewing me. This message is for Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, right? Rising placements in the sign of Cancer. So what does that mean? So when you were born, the planets were in a specific alignment, so you can actually find out where the planets were at the time of your birth by going to a website that will give you a free astrology chart based on the day you were born, the time you were born, and the location you were born. And that information will tell you what your sun sign is, what your moon sign is, and what your rising sign is. So your sun sign represents your core personality, whereas your moon sign represents your emotions, and your rising sign represents the face that you present to the outside world. So a lot of people will cross watch. I have been talking about this specific information in all of these videos because the month of April is going to be a very, very big, energetic month for all of humanity. There are some very big things that are happening this month. And as of today, Mercury, the planet Mercury has gone retrograde. So it looks as though it is moving backwards in its rotational spin around the sun. That's not really what's happening. It just looks that way. And what that does is it causes the energy of that planet, which in this case is Mercury, which is the planet of communication, to slow down, break down. And there are things that happen during these retrogrades that affect everyone. So in this situation, it could be a breakdown in communication, could be a breakdown in your electronics, could be a breakdown in travel. So it affects all of those things. Anything that has some kind of a mechanism, mechanical stuff can be affected, okay? So if you are traveling, you're going to want to double check all of your travel arrangements to make sure you get from point A to point B, give yourself extra time, okay? Now, the last thing is this is a general reading for the sign of Cancer, and general messages don't always resonate with everyone. So please take what does and leave what doesn't, as I don't want there to be any misunderstandings. If you are interested in doing a deeper dive as to what is going on with you in your life, I do provide private readings. My details are in the description box below, or you can go to donwilliamstarot.com to find out my availability and pricing. So today I am doing your reading for the month of April. And I'm going to start with the Fortune Cookie Tarot, which if you look at the picture on the back of these cards, those are two dragons. And right now I am honoring the energy of the wood dragon, which is what we are in terms of Chinese astrology. I just thought it'd be fun because I'm also going to be pulling cards from the Tea Leaf Fortune card deck as well. So I've got fortunes coming towards you. Anyway, we can get some positivity flowing. I'm all for it, right? Okay, I am going to pull cards from this deck for your reading, and I will be pulling clarifiers as well. If you're new to my channel, I'd absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe. When you click that subscription button, it doesn't cost you anything. It just lets you know when I have dropped new content. I am trying to grow. I am trying to grow my spiritual family, so I hope you will join us. Okay, so let's do your first card. Wisdom. It says, to focus on the past is to lose the future. Heed advice from an older person, which will allow you to move on. So, what this is really saying, I feel as though some of you may be feeling as though you are stuck, right? And it could be that you're really looking at your past situations as to the mistakes you may have met or the mistakes you may have made, excuse me. Or it could be a thing where you're feeling as though you're just trying to get some clarity, like as to how you want to move forward on your path moving forward. So, getting the advice of an older person is always a wise thing to do anyway, because they have life experience, right? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take myself off screen now, and I'm going to pull your cards, and I'll pull myself back on screen after I do this portion of your reading, before I do the 5 main themes here. Okay, so your first card, Cancer, is the Knight of Cups. Ooh, so some of you may be finding a new romantic partner. Ooh, and then we have the Three of Swords, the Temperance card, Major Arcana, Queen of Wands, and then we have the Magician card. So this is another major arcana. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords and the Emperor, as well as the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot, Strength card. So the Six of Swords is a card of, moving to calmer shores, moving to calmer waters. And it is like after a strive or after difficulty, it feels as though you're going to be brought to a place where you can do some healing. Now, the other thing about this card that I'll mention real quickly is that she's leaving everything behind to go to her new journey, to start her new life, whatever it is that she's doing. But at the same time, she's getting help when she least expects it. So I feel as though you might have that experience for yourself this month. So our Knight of Cups. So this is an opportunity for our very chivalrous individual that's going to come in. This guy wears his heart on his sleeve. He's definitely looking for a love connection. So some of you may be finding love. This Knight is about taking action, moving forward. It's also about stop thinking and just allow, right? Allow this love to come in for you. Let's get some clarifiers as to what else this is in relationship to. Cups have to do with our emotions, how we feel about things. So it could be that some of you are getting new love connections. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic love connection. It typically does mean that, but it could mean that you're just having new people come into your life, new opportunities to come in your life that you do make that heart connection with. And then, you become very good, deeply connected friendships, right? And this could also be you calling in your tribe, your spiritual tribe, which is one of the reasons why I started this channel, was to make those connections so that I could share the wisdom of the 40 years of, life experience that I've had, where I've actually really decided at a young age that I wanted to really activate my spirituality. I really did a ton of reading, did a lot of workshops, all that kind of stuff. Can we have clarity here for this Knight of Cups for Cancer, please, for April? Oh, and it looks like some of you have been asking for that as a wish. So your wish is being granted. Your wishes are being fulfilled here. This is the wish card. And then you have the Justice card. So this card is about your wish. This is about your cups being filled. This is about love opportunities coming in. It is about feeling, making progression, that your what it is that you were trying to create for yourself is being answered because of the gold. Whenever you see gold in the back of a tarot card, that is representative that spirit is championing you and is answering your requests. That is also clarified by the Justice card. Now, I don't know if you can see this Justice has got this sword in his hand, which is going straight up. So this is about truth and integrity, this card. And it's about balance, right? Because he has the scales here. So this is my card of legalities as well. So some of you may be having some type of a legal thing, or maybe you're going to be signing contracts at this time. And if you are, my biggest message to you would be make sure you read all the fine print before you sign, so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, especially because Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is starting today, and it goes all the way through April 25th. So it's really important that you know what you're agreeing to. Now, the Justice card is also my card of truth and integrity, but also being on the right path, as well as looking for truth. And I feel as though a lot of information is coming out already about so many things. So I feel as though this is really a great place to be in balance at this time. Your next step is this Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords energy is typically about heartache. So some of you might have had big heartache recently, that you've had a loss of some kind, or maybe this is just you feeling as though the life that you've been living, or the life that you thought you have been living, is nothing like reality. I feel as though there's a lot of wake up that's happening in this month. I feel as though there's a lot of revelations of, lying, cheating, stealing, the whole nasty thing, about a lot of things that have happened through our lifetimes. I definitely know, me personally, I don't feel as though what I'm experiencing now is the world that I grew up in, right? And for many of us, it is going to cause some heartache. It is going to cause us to feel as though we are lost. We don't know how to think or feel. It is going to be a process. A lot of people are going to feel this sadness. So if you are feeling those energies, just know that you are not alone. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel, was so that we could all help each other through these trying times as well. Let's get some clarity as to what else this could be in regards to. Some of you may have had a loss in terms of love, loss in terms of relationship, a loss of some kind that you are really working towards releasing and healing from. Now, the other thing is, typically in this Three of Swords card, when you look at it from the Rider-Waite deck, the heart around the energy around the heart is already starting to heal. So I feel as though many of you may have already had this loss. This is just saying that you are still working through that process on some level. So we're going to get some clarity. Seven of Pentacles, which is about work. And then the King of Swords. So the Seven of Pentacles is like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, this guy planted these pentacles, which could represent, your career, your finances, or whatever. And it also says that he's waiting for his harvest so that he can, bring his harvest home. But what he's doing is he's contemplating, he's looking at what he has planted. He's waiting for it to mature. He's waiting for him to be able to bring in his harvest. So it could be that it's associated with a job. Maybe some of you have lost your job, or some of you have the potential of losing your job. Maybe you're already aware of that situation and you're kind of scrambling as to, what am I going to do next? Now, a lot of times when a company is going to downsize, it will give you a severance package, or they will ask for specific people to stay on board to the very end, and then they will give them some type of a bonus. So it could also this could also be representing that money aspect of that situation, if this is something that resonates with you. The King of Swords is our logical, analytical thinker. Again, he has his sword up in the air, so he is about truth and integrity. This could be someone you know. This could be someone that you may have lost. This could be your dad, a brother, any masculine energy that would represent this type of an individual. He's a very clear communicator. And I feel as though this could also be a mentor for you. So if you do have some type of a loss that is really hurting your heart, as though you feel as though you are really grieving, this could be a grief counselor for you. And I do believe that there are people out there that would be willing to assist you and help you if that is the situation that you find yourself in. This could be a therapist, could be a grief counselor. This could be somebody that helps you with your taxes. It doesn't have to be specifically associated with grief and loss. But as this energy is here, and you got this wisdom card that is saying, heed the advice of someone older, which will allow you to move on. I feel as though this card is talking about this king right here. Okay. Okay, so what is blocking you at this time is the Temperance card. Now, typically, as you can see, this does have angelic wings. There is an angelic presence that is surrounding him. He does have the dark and the light, and he is trying to navigate that energy for himself. Temperance is typically a card of caution and balance, but it's also my card of thinking things through. If it is in the reversed position, I do feel as though that could mean that some of you are feeling as though you are feeling very impatient, since this is a card of balance, patience, and progressive moving forward. So some of you may be feeling as though you are impatient. Some of you may be feeling as if you need to practice moderation of some kind in your life. It could also represent clashing interests of some kind. So let's get some clarity as to what exactly this is representing for you. What does this mean for our Cancers, please? Two of Swords. So Two of Swords has to do with thoughts. It is that you are at a crossroad, and then you got the Temperance card again as your clarifier. So basically what it is saying is that what he's saying is true. Some of you may be really feeling as though, you've got clashing interests, that there's some kind of extremes that are happening around you. There's disharmony. You feel as though, you are kind of feeling buffeted around, right? Now, the thing about the Two of Swords is the Two of Swords says that you are at a crossroads. There are things for you that you will be contemplating as to next steps, next direction. Now, she does have a blindfold across her eyes here, and she has her arms crossed over her body. Specifically her heart space. So whatever direction you decide to go, whatever these thoughts are that you are contemplating, just try your very best to also include your heart space as to, does it resonate with your heart as you make this decision? Also, this is an opportunity for you to look at things, not just black and white or yes, no, only two options. It is an opportunity for you to look at things in a broader perspective. Twos typically represent choices and decisions, and swords do have to do with how we express or how we communicate, right? Your next card has to do with the Queen of Wands. This is your strength card. She is my badass queen. She is fiery. She's warm. She's excited. She is someone that you would definitely call a best friend. She definitely would be your champion. She's definitely inspirational. She's very creative. She has a lot of motivation. She has patience. She has understanding. Now, this queen could represent this energy that you're transitioning yourself into as you work through some of this, sadness or this loss energy here. And I was wondering what I did with my deck. And we're going to pull some cards to find out what else this queen represents for you. This could be you. This could be someone you know. This could be another person that is going to come in and help you with your healing process. Or this could be that you are just going to stand in your sovereignty and do everything that you can to create the best life that you possibly can with where you are currently in your experience. She's clarified by the Two of Wands, which is, do I stay or do I go? And the Hermit card. So the Two of Wands is again choices. This guy has got the world in his hand. He's looking out there as to, do I want to stay where I'm safe? Or do I want to go out and adventure? And I have a feeling that this is going to be a choice that you're going to be making, that you're going to want to go out and you're going to want to look for the things that inspire you, the thing that really lights up your passion, your motivations, right? And it is a choice that is coming towards you. So when that choice comes, then you need to take action. Now, the other thing is the hermit is here, and the hermit is an energy of isolation. It's an energy of really tapping into your inner wisdom and figuring out a way to share that inner wisdom with others. The hermit is also a energy of needing time to think or needing a place to think. This is also where you do your deep dive and your deeper connection to your higher self and your soul group. So I feel as though that is something that you will be doing and working with this month as well. The final outcome of your reading is the Magician. I love the Magician. The Magician is basically the master. This is about mastery, expertise, training, self-study of some kind. This could be a professional person or professional advice. But the other thing about the Magician is this Magician has got all the tools that he needs in his deck or in his possession or in his toolbox in order for him to attain, to create, to manifest, to alchemize the life that he absolutely wants. So even though you are transitioning through some of this sadness, I feel as though you have all the tools in order to become very self-sufficient, very self-strong. And we're going to pull some cards to get some additional information. So in terms of the training, it could be training within your job space. A lot of times when I see it with the Magician, because it is a major arcana, I also feel as though that's training on some level in your spirituality or in your spiritual space. So some of you may be taking some classes, some of you may be going to conferences or conventions, with whatever it is that you find interesting that you are researching or looking for more information for. Okay, clarifier for Cancer. Four of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So the Four of Pentacles is a card of balance. This is also having to do with your physical security. So it could be that you're just trying to find balance in your finances. But the other thing about this card is, as you can see, he's really hanging on to this pentacle in front of his heart here. So for me, when I see this card, I'm always saying that maybe you're just hanging on too tightly to things and you need to just breathe and allow And recognize that when you hang on too tightly, you're pinching off the energy of flow. And it feels as though you may be really looking at your finances, or you may be looking at your career situation in terms of, are you in a place where you feel good about where you are at? And then we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords energy, of course, has to do with changes coming in. This card is my win at all costs card. He has defeated these two people, and now he's going behind them and taking their swords away from them so he doesn't have to fight them again. So again, this could be a card of strategy. It could be a card of changes. And it's also a card of winning at all costs. So I would just say that while you might have that attitude, and while you might feel that energy that you are just going to climb through, you're going to have this determination and this fortitude to get through, you will get through, right? You absolutely will get through, because this is saying that the changes are coming in and you have all the tools that you need. Okay, so now I'm going to bring myself back on camera so I can pull your last 5 cards to complete your reading. If you've made it this far, I would love it if you would like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. And if you are returning, I would just love it if you would just like. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this reading to this point. Your first card is an apple, so temptation will test you. And then we have a whale that says, great worry over nothing. And it's really interesting because I was picking up this anxiety and this, this pain, this loss. I really do feel as though it's really more connected to the collective. It could be that you are helping process a lot of this energy as things are surfacing, and we're looking at some of the really horrific things that we are working through, understanding and realizing about our current events. So it could be this. And I feel as though this worry is something that you are in control of as to whether or not you want to hang on to it. And does that help you in any way to hang on to it? Then we have an axe. Forces working against you. I do feel as though that those forces could very much be, having to do with that energy. But then again, I feel as though it's really all a choice as to how you want to work with that energy, deal with that energy. And again, it's not going to resonate with all of you. Gavel, involvement with the law. So I saw that with this justice card. So just make sure that you are aware that this energy is prevalent for the month of April. So make sure that you slow down, right, if you're driving, and that you are not in a situation where you are, in a situation where you are trying to get attention from law. But the end card is happiness. Yay, we did get something positive out of these. Overall, overall, it does feel as though there is a little bit of a struggle here. I do feel as though that, this Six of Swords was also a very important card, because basically what that card is really saying is that even though you may be feeling as though there are so many things that are surfacing for you that you're working through, I do feel as though you are going to be brought to a better place, that you will work through these things, that there are answers for you. You do have all the tools in your toolbox in order for you to be able to manage this process. It's just going to take you a little bit of time. And then when you least expect it, I do feel as though help is on the way for you. So I hope you found some of these messages helpful. I know that it does sound a little trying, But we will get through this together. I would love to hear your comments if you've got any as to whether or not this resonates. And until next time, I hope you take very good care of yourself, and I hope you have a great April. Cheers.